I am on page 423 in your Go Math workbook. So this lesson is called 10 less, 10 more. So we're going to be learning how to identify numbers that are 10 less or 10 more than a number. Okay? Now, I know there's a box of markers here, which made me think that you need markers, but you don't. So it's just like a clue for the problem. Now, you're not required to do page 423, but I'm just going to do it as an example page to show you. If you'd like to do it with me, you are welcome to. So, the question says, Tony has 2 boxes of markers. Remember, there are 10 markers in a box. Okay, Tony has 2 boxes of markers and 2 more markers. Pat has 10 fewer markers than Tony. Jan has 10 more markers than Tony. How many markers does each child have? Now, the best way for us to model 2-digit numbers is using our 10 sticks and ones. And since I know that there are 10 markers in a box of crayons, that really helps me out because I know that I can just do a 10 stick for a box of crayons. Okay, so first off, we know that Tony is the one who has 2 boxes of markers and then 2 more markers. So right here where it says Tony, I'm going to do 1 box of markers. There's 10 markers there. There's 10 markers there. And then we'll do 2 extra markers. Okay? So it looks to me like he has 22 markers. Now, the story problem also said that Pat has 10 fewer markers than Tony. Now, I see Pat's name right up here. So if he has 10 fewer, then I'm thinking I would kind of think about how many Tony has. And I'm just going to take away a 10, since I know that it says there are 10 fewer. So I think up here, I'm just going to go 10, 11, 12. Now that looks about right to me. 12 is 10 less than 22. Okay, yep, that makes sense. So the other part of the word problem said that Jan has 10 more markers than Tony. So I can use 10 sticks again, right? So I'm going to do, if Tony has 22, and I add 1 more 10 stick, that looks to me like I have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. So 32. So let's take a look. We have Tony has 22 markers. Pat has 10 fewer markers than Tony, which is 12. That's correct. And then Jan has 10 more markers than Tony. 10 more is 32. So we did that correctly. Now I'm on page 424. So if you look up here at the top, it's kind of reminding you that if we're looking at the number 33 and we're trying to find a number that is 10 less than 33, then we're going to think about how you just take away one of those 10 sticks, right? And then you get 23. Okay, 23 is 10 less than 33. Now, if we're looking at a number that would be 10 more than 33, then we're going to think 33 plus another 10 stick gets us to 43, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. So 43 is 10 more than 33. Okay, now it's your turn to try it. So up here on number 1, they did model for you the number 70. Okay, you need to write over here the number that is 10 less. Over here, you're going to write the number that is 10 more. Okay, then number 2 has a model for you. The number we're talking about is 41. So there's 41. Think about what 10 less than 41 would be, and also what 10 more than 41 would be. Now when you get down to number 3 and you do the rest of this page, you're just going to use mental math. Okay, the number is 58. You should be thinking about the tens place and write the number that is 10 less, and then 10 more, and then just keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good luck. Now we're on page 425. So I thought that this page was pretty clever. It says, use mental math, complete the chart, explain your method. So we have these numbers in the middle, very similar to what we did on the previous page. And so we have 39, and then you need to write the number that is 10 less, and then you need to write the number that's 10 more. And then you just keep doing that down the graph. What's interesting is when you get down to here, we have an open space right here and an open space right here. But remember, the rules of the graph are the same. This number is 10 less than whatever this number is. And this number is 10 more than whatever you figure out this number to be. Okay? And then down here, same thing. They told us the number that is 10 more than this number. And then whatever number it goes here will be 10 less than what you figured out goes here. Then when you get to number 16, you can watch the Math on the Spot video if you have a device that can read a QR code reader, and that might help you solve this problem. It says, I have 89 rocks. I want to collect 10 more. How many rocks will I have then? And then you're going to write the number of rocks over here on the line. Good luck. On page 426, we have some deep thinking problems. It says, choose a way to solve. Draw or write to show your work. It might be really helpful to have a whiteboard handy or maybe a piece of scratch paper, because I definitely find it helpful to draw these problems out. Number 17 says, the plant has 4 fewer ladybugs on it than the tree. The tree has 7 ladybugs on it. How many ladybugs are on the plant? So we have a tree that has 7 ladybugs on it. We don't know how many ladybugs are on the plant, but we do know that it has 4 fewer than the tree. So try to figure that out and write the number of ladybugs right over here. Then when you get to number 18, it says Amy has 7 ribbons. Charlotte has 9 ribbons. How many more ribbons does Charlotte have than Amy? Okay, so that's kind of one of those comparison problems. How many more does she have? And then over here you're going to write how many more ribbons. Number 19, it says Margot has 28 stamps. Chet has 10 more stamps than Margot. Louise has 10 more stamps than Chet. How many stamps does Louise have? Interesting. So we kind of got plus 10 and then plus 10 again, right? So maybe reread that problem. I know I had to. But once you figure it out, we're going to write the number of stamps right over here. Then number 20, it says draw a quick picture to show a number that is 10 less than the model. So I would just use 10 sticks and ones and draw a number that's 10 less than what this shows. So model it for me maybe over here, and then also write the number in the box. Good job, you guys are doing great. This would be a good place to pause the video. You won't need to watch this section until Friday, April 24th, because this is the homework for that day. On page 427 in your Go Math workbook, we see that it says use mental math, complete the chart. So we have 10 less, and then the number in the middle, and then 10 more. So you look at the number, figure out 10 less, 10 more. The number in the middle, figure out 10 less, 10 more. Then remember, this is similar to what we did the day before. We know that this number is 10 less than this number. So then we can figure out this number and figure out what 10 more than that would be. Okay? Same with down here. We know that this one is 10 more than this one. that can help us figure out this one, which can also help us figure out what goes over here, which is going to be 10 less than this number. Okay? Then when you get to number 5, it says choose a way to solve. Draw or write to show your work. Jim has 16 books. Doug has 10 fewer books than Jim. How many books does Doug have? Ooh, 10 fewer. That makes me think we could use 10 sticks and ones. When you figure out the answer, write the number on the line. Then number 6 says choose a number from 10 to 90. Draw and write to show the numbers that are 10 less and 10 more than your number. Okay, so just do your work right over here. You get to choose a number and show the numbers that are 10 less and 10 more. It's kind of like doing this chart up here, except that you get to pick what number you want in the middle. So go ahead and do that in this box. On page 428, it says, what number is 10 less than 67? Write the number here. Number 2 says, what number is 10 more than 39? Write the number. Write the number right here. Then we have number 3. How many 10s and 1s make this number? Write how many. The number is 18. You're going to write how many 10s and 1s. Then number 4, it says, what number does the model show? Write the number. So you need to count these 10 sticks, write how many 10s there are, and also the number. Okay? I just want you to know that you are awesome sauce. You're rocking your math.